Alright, I thought I'd do something different today. I'm going to talk about 7 graphic novels that I think everybody should have. And I'm not going to use Dark Knight Returns, I'm not going to use Watchmen, because everybody used those. So anyway, let's get started. Number 1 we have, and these are in no particular order by the way, we have Fables. Fables Volume 1, Who Killed Rose Red. Basically the storybook characters that you've been reading growing up, Cinderella, Snow White, Prince Charming, and Rose Red, for instance, they're all real, they all have their own land that they're in. Real land, modern day, and it's very, I guess in a way it's kind of Once Upon a Time, like the TV series, except way better. Fables catches you right from the beginning, and it doesn't stop. Like, you know, I've never actually looked at that. Bill Willingham is the author, and it's incredible read. The writing, the characters, everybody. That's Snow White right there, and she's the mayor of the town. They got the big bad wolf in here, and it's not exactly what you'd expect. Great storyline. Who Killed Rose Red? Find out. Read the book. Number 2 is one that's on everybody's list, I think, and that is, there's a reason for it though. It's Neil Gaiman's The Sandman, Volume 1, Preludes and Nocturnes. Incredible work. Neil Gaiman on the back there. This is the first volume. This was before it went Vertigo, so you actually get to see some different stuff. In their first appearance of Death is in this. Dr. Destiny has changed so much in this one here, and the art is cool, trippy. I think this is probably where we get to see Cain and Abel again early on in this, and Three Witches. If you're a fan of the anthology comics that came out in the 70s and early 80s, then there's a nod to them in here. And in a way, I guess it kind of set up the House of Secrets series that will come later. It's a must-have. You will read them all. Number 3 is Lock and Key by Joe Hill, son of Stephen King, actually. And incredible storyline. I'm still reading this. It's in its last arc now, and it's amazing. It's an incredible story. The characters are so real. I don't want to tell you too much. You go to a Lovecraft house, see these keys here? There's a lot of them. Each key does something different, and you will thank me for reading this one. This will get you hooked. You'll either thank me or curse me because you won't be able to stop reading it. Now's a good time to come in, grab this volume, and then go from there. Number 4 is the Hack Slash Omnibus. There's 3 of them. This one here is from number 2. This one does have the Reanimator storyline in it. I highly recommend this. It's an incredible story. Cassie Hack is basically a character that goes around killing serial killers. Her mom was a serial killer. She's been scarred by that. She feels like she could have done something to stop it. And now she goes around. She's a badass character. She goes around killing other serial killers. There's a Frankenstein type guy, that monstrous looking guy that goes with her. His storyline's explained. This one here is split. I picked Omnibus 2 because I love the Archie style storyline serial killer that's in there. It's the artwork's played with throughout this, and you get to see some really different stuff, some really cool stuff, and I highly recommend it. Herbert West is in this, so we get to see good old Jeffrey Combs' Reanimator character. So you probably can't say that, I was probably suing there, but H.P. Lovecraft's character there. And of course we have Brian Michael Bendis' classic Who Killed Retro Girl from the Powers comics. This is actually going to become a TV series. They want to make this into the next Walking Dead. Basically, it's a guy that used to be a superhero and he isn't anymore, and now he's fighting crime as a cop. Retro Girl, someone that he has had a past with, has been murdered, and it's up to him to find out who did it, who killed Retro Girl. It's an incredible storyline. It may not end the way you think it would. It's really cool, and it's a powerful story. Powers is great. This is the first one is the best one. There are more, but this is the one I go with. It's a little bit more mainstream. It's Astonishing X-Men Volume 1 here. This is Torn by Joss Whedon. And Joss Whedon really brought his A game to this one. Joss Whedon always brings his A game. Firefly, Buffy, Dollhouse, not so much. But anyway, Astonishing X-Men is a new take on the X-Men. It has the Whedonist talk and conversation, which you really want. Strong female characters come into it right away because that's one of Whedon's trademarks, and you get hooked. I recommend this. I also recommend the Grant Morrison X-Men series. A lot of people give it grief, but there was some really good stuff in there. I'm not always a fan of Frank Quinley's art, but that's great there. But here, Joss Whedon, John Cassaday, this is my pick. Astonishing X-Men. If you're going to read one X-Men series, this is the one. Unless you're going to go back to read Claremont. And my last pick was Grimm's Fairy Tales. This is volume 1. It's very much an anthology series at the beginning. It's a very House of Mystery-ish when it starts. Basically, each issue is a different fairy tale. This mysterious girl comes along and she gives people a book to read a fairy tale that relates to their life, except it's not the classic fairy tale that they've read before. It's a horrifically twisted fairy tale, and if they don't listen, their life is going to turn out just as messed up as in the fairy tale. It often does. Becomes more serialized later on. I wasn't a big fan of that, actually. It actually drove me away from the book for a bit, but the first few books of this are golden. And its artwork is just magnificent. I want to show you a picture here or something. Just something that stands out. Here's Hansel and Gretel. That's very, very different. Very cool. Anyway, those are my picks for 7 graphic novels that you should have in your collection, you should read. I'll be doing more in graphic novels along with comics and of course my DVDs and the rest of it. But this is the beginner. I'll read these and I'll have more picks for you. Trust me, every one of those you're going to want to read again and again, and you're going to pick up the other volumes. No doubt about it. You're going to be hooked to Fables. You're going to be hooked to Grimm's Fairy Tales. You will be hooked to Hack Slash Powers. Read the first one anyway. And Lock and Key, you'll thank me for. Thanks a lot, and leave any comments if you disagree, if you agree, if you have some suggestions that maybe I should read. Let me know in the comment section down below, and thanks a lot.